Ha! Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. We're here at Let's Talk EV almost every Sunday at 7:15 p.m. I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing amazing. I had a busy week. We talk about lots of stuff. We talk about what happened this week, what's gonna happen in the next future, and we're gonna go through some bit of news that I found that are interesting. And I have my cam here if a dog would be up here, but there's no dog up here. Nobody wanted to come here. So I don't know. And then we talk about the main topic. I drove the smart #1 now twice, last week on Saturday and yesterday Saturday, and I made my decision if I will buy it. So we're going to talk about that. There will be a video, of course, this week, but right now we're just talking here. So what are people saying here? I am a fan of the channel. Thank you. Ordered an ID.3 Pro S in December. Will be delivered in week 17. I'm curious, will software 3.1, 3.2 also be available on ID.3? Of course it will. So all cars that are going out of the factory since July, I think, have 3.2 on it. All. Even Cupra Born should come with more than 3.0 as far as I know. Hello from Canada. We're so far behind the rest of the world. It's crazy. I wish we had the choices you have in Europe. Yeah, that's all. Well, in the States they started with Tesla, and now we have a bit more. Everyone is talking about Tesla dropping, but in Canada going up. I don't get the scam. Well, they went down with prices where they didn't sell enough, so they had to lower the prices. I was just looking for a live stream to watch tonight. Then this is the wrong one. Then you will get bored and don't know what to do. 118 people. God, if you announce something, then it's busy. I like that. Nobody press like, please. We're gonna do the like game in a few minutes. Where? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, Photostorm. Hey, Jürgen, my bestie. Groam is here. That's awesome. Andre is here. Dave I. Who else is here? Who's a YouTube channel member? And we have Photostorm here as is a Patreon. Glad to see you. Why? Only twice. Evening all. Evening Manchester calling. Yup. Where's Steve Holt? Where's Go for Steve? We need that. Steve Holt. I'm here in Toronto. Ooh. Do we have winter? Strong winter. Good evening, my long-haired friend. Yeah, that's me. I just showered. I'm totally fresh and clean. Only for you. No, I looked like a hobo and didn't want to go to work with that. Does anyone know how to stop the message about internet radio on ID.3? It is annoying having to keep deleting the message. Do you have still software 3.1? This should be gone with 2.1. This should have been gone with 2.3. You can disable in your app that it uses internet for a radio, I think. But that's it. That's the only thing you can do. Usually with 2.3 it should be gone. Huh. Oh, gee, thank you very much. A little donation here. Appreciate it. Hi, I'm from Alan. On my second ID.4, the first was replaced due to controller failure. Ugh. Newest one giving props too. I'm thinking of switching too. Totally understandable. If you have two cars that don't work very well, why would you trust them again? I so get it. I so get it. It's +2 degrees, no snow, not much of winter in Toronto. Well, then we have a bit of snow. It's -1 right now, but it's night. I have 2.3. Huh? With 2.3 you still have the internet radio message. That's weird. It should be gone with that. It's gone with 3.0 also. Just turn it off in the app settings. Yeah, but when I had that with 2.1, I turned it on in the app setting and still appeared. Tesla has dropped prices because they could and still make huge profit, make Volkswagen actually seem expensive, and that the refresh Model 3 is close so they can raise them again with more people in Tesla land. How is the consumption on the Brabus? I'm sorry, I have no idea. I couldn't do any consumption testing, and I used the power a lot. So I'm thinking it's a bit higher than other cars, and you can see that with a 66 kilowatt hour battery and double RDP range of 400 kilometers. And I get it. Volkswagen dropped the heat pump in ID4 now in Toronto. I have a news here. They dropped it everywhere due to, they say, chip shortage. Hello from Wakefield. Hello from Posa. Sorry a bit late. What has been decided as announced in the title? We get to that later. Hello all. I'm considering moving from Model 3 to ID4. I'm in Germany. It is now possible to spec in ID4 with massage seats. As far as I know, you should be able to get massage seats. The memory seat should be in there. I can't seem to find the option in the configurator. Maybe they changed that? They change it all the time with the stupid chip shortage. Chris was too busy doing 0 to 100 runs. Oh, you should have seen me on Saturday. I told them I want to do a charging test. Could you please give it to me with a low state of charge? And they gave it to me with 68%. So in 45 minutes, I drove it down from 67% to 80%. So on the highway, floored it, braked, floored it, braked, floored it for 45 minutes. I did it though, and then I failed at the charging test. The video is coming tomorrow. Where are we? Have the internet radio thing too on 2.4, but then I know I don't have my mobile Wi-Fi with me. Does not look dramatically aerodynamic. But it's just the form and how it drives. I think it's not very efficient. I started seeing internet radio thing only after 12-volt battery replacement 2.4 update. Still a 2.4 still can't do anything about the message. Just weird. Ergo active seats are the ones you're looking for. The difference in battery range from winter to summer is crazy. About 250 miles in the winter, down to 160 miles in the summer, down to 160 miles in the winter at 100% charge. Yeah, that's how it is, and that's with most EVs, well, all EVs, and it has so many reasons. The battery is cold, has more resistance. Going through cold air takes more energy than through warm air. Then the heat. I drove with the Kia Niro from here to Ionity, which is, 25 kilometers or so. And the Kia Niro EV has the amazing view that shows you your instant consumption and on your last trip, how much percentage this was of your drive consumption. And when I drove from here to the charger, and I had to heated up the car when I was inside. So I didn't preheat the car because I have some problems with the car when it comes to preheating and then with the key. And so when I got into a cold car and heated it up while driving with a heat pump, 25 kilometers, 35% of my consumption was climate. So usually it can be 10 to 15% of your consumption. That means way higher consumption, of course. And then a winter tire, summer tires shouldn't be that much of a problem, but then it's usually more wet or snowy. That also increases the consumption. It's just not good. It's never good. Had massage seats in my AMG. Felt like my kids were kicking the back of my seats. Are Volkswagen ones better? Well, it is it's your lumbar support things that just move up and down and then out. It's nice. Memory seats come with massage. Yeah, I thought they floored it, braked a lot, driving like my wife. Is Smash #1 based on the EQA? No. Looks similar to my EQA in many ways, including terrible consumption. Is the EQA so bad with consumption? Really? No, but it's not based on that. It will be the same platform that then the Volvo EX30 will be on. A bunch of people I know waiting for the ID4 cancelled because of heat pump being left out. They're buying a Model Y now. Again, I get it. If heat pump is the most important thing to you, I get it. Perfect. I'm very interested by the charging curve of the Smart One. Yeah, well, you will be disappointed, but not because of the car, because of me. Could you please explain the title a bit more about the one noise level? We get to that. Anyone have problem with 12-volt battery going flat when car not used for a few days? ID4 family. 2 years ago, yes, but now not. If this is happening, then there's something wrong with your car, because the 12-volt battery should get recharged by the high voltage battery even when the car is parked and not in use. That if this doesn't happen, then there's something wrong with the car, software-wise or hardware-wise. Too bad that the noise level in Smart 1 is so high. I hope the upcoming Volvo X30 based on the same platform will be quieter. Well, the platform is not the problem. If should be the form and what windows are you using, what materials and all of that. The #1 is the Geely SEE platform, I think. Styling is very Mercedes SUV though. Heat pump is alright. It's good if you live in Arctic conditions for a couple of months, but it's only a couple of days a year. It's not worth getting it. I see it with the Kia, that heating up the car and then driving a bit, I use less state of charge than with Walter that doesn't have a heat pump. On a short distance trip, it does an impact. The heat pump really has lower consumption, but is it worth it? That's something everybody has to decide for themselves. With Tesla giving 7,000 discount on Model Y and 3, do you think Smart 1 will be priced in UK? You mean differently? I have no idea if they changed the price for that. EQA, EQC, EQB are totally terrible with consumption. Elon tested them, also tried them last year. Really? I had an EQA and I wasn't so... I didn't think it was that bad. I think we should vote for Chris' new car. Practical point, is the truck a disappointing matter? Is what? I don't get it. It's 5 to 10% lower consumption using the heat pump. I'm getting 2.7 miles kilowatt hour, best case in winter conditions. With my QA350, I do a mix of town motorway driving eco mode. Yeah, I don't know what miles in the kilowatt hour means. So I only know watt-hours per kilometer. Colleagues with EQC are also complaining about range now. I'm always laughing at them. Don't laugh at the people. Let's do the like game, huh? We have 170 people here. We do the like game all together. I will count down from 3 to 1, then everybody press the like button. Just if you're watching on TV, get your smartphone or your tablet, it should be close. Open up the live stream, and then we all gonna press the like. I already pressed like, I'm one of the 18. So let's do it all together. 3, 2, 1, like. Let's see if we can all do it together. It will be fun. I'm a bit delayed here. Now I can see it. 3, 2, and 20, 34. We went from 18 to 34 up to 66. We're almost at 100. Back in the day we did, when I had 100 likes, I stopped the stream. Stays at 66. I failed. 89. I thought I failed. How is the highway, clean or with snow? I will make long electric trip, Transylvania, Munich, Cremona this week. It all depends on the day. If it's extremely snowing, then there will be snow, but right now everything's fine. Will you be getting an Ioniq 6 for review anytime, or do Hyundai still hate you? I don't think they hate me, but they ignore me. I will hopefully can drive an Ioniq 6 at Jürgen Sangel's Hyundai dealership in Landsberg am Lech, where I drove the Ioniq 5 as well. And he also gets the Aura Cat in February that I might test as well. I need a dog for like... I don't have a dog. 100 likes, I can go. Bye. No. They preferred leather and EQC over MEB efficiency, and now paying for it. Everybody likes something different. That's the thing. Some like the luxury, some like the sporty drive and amazing software things, and some like it extremely comfortable. Everybody's different. Let's go through the news quickly. Then I want to do a poll in between. I'm gonna do it now. Where's my poll? Will I buy the smart #1 Brabus? Or should I? Do I do will or should I? Yeah, let's do should. Let's do should. And then we do yes and no. And let's go. Did I write it wrong? I'm sure I made a mistake. No, I did not. Look at me. Woohoo! That's weird that you get the first part but not the second part. I think you have to talk to Volkswagen because after the first update of 3.0 it should ask at the server right away to download the second part. Maybe you didn't have a connection and now it doesn't know what to do. Maybe it's dead. Huh. Okay, let's go to the screen here. First, I know a few news are German, but I would translate, don't worry. Volkswagen is taking out the heat pump out of the program because of the chip shortage. Does it say how long? And they're gonna have it soon again, says it here. Right now, no heat pump in our ID models. And they hope that they will get the heat pump again in a very short time. Q4 e-tron also not. And people that ordered ID4 Q4 e-tron got a message, hey, you're not getting a heat pump. It's gonna be all ID cars. They asked Audi but didn't give a reply. What else does it say? So I'm guessing they don't get a delivery for the heat pump. Okay, next Dacia Spring will come with a bigger motor. It gets 48 kilowatt motor. Woohoo! Power! That's the stuff. What did it have before? 33 kilowatt. I drove the Dacia Spring. I made a video about that, and you have no idea how many complaints I got of people. This is a city car, you cannot drive it on the highway. I drove with 90 on the highway to do a range test because I thought people that have a car like this, even if it's a city car, will maybe go on a country road as well and want to know what their range will be. But yeah, people were mad, still mad. Volkswagen ID. Buzz GTX should be coming in, should be shown to the public in June of no. No, it will be coming this year in 2023. So it will be the normal ID4, ID5 GTX. So 200. Ooh, no, it will be more. It will be 250 kilowatt. Ooh. That's the stuff. It will be more powerful. ID4 GTX, ID Buzz has a top speed or is restricted to 145. Will the GTX drive faster? It wasn't nice. I drove with the ID Buzz at 140 and yes, it's okay, but I don't think I would want to go that much faster. It's just a ginormous car and if there's wind from the side, it just doesn't feel nice. Then BMW has shown a new thin dash screen with an head-up display, and look at that, looks fancy schmancy. Then facelifted Model 3 spotted testing under extreme camouflage. Is there more pictures or just this one picture? Just this one picture. So I guess just the front and the rear will be a bit different, and that's it. That's the facelift, but that's what facelifts are. Next is Kia EV9 should be coming in the first half of 2023. That looks like a huge SUV. Look how they put everything down so you can't see what they're doing. Poor people that have to hide everything. And then it looks the same as the EV6. Why would the interior look any different to the EV6? Just a huge SUV. I mean, I was at the Mercedes dealership for the smart #1 on Saturday, and there was an EQS, the SUV. God, that's a ginormous car. It's massive. Oh my God. Let's look at the Ionity map. What do we have new? Let's look for Germany. I'm still waiting for this one. That's a nice new Ionity charger here because that's amazing to go to Munich. Then we have a new one in Würzburg. What is up here? What is up here? That's new. Look at that. All of new stuff here in the middle. That's nice. We'll talk about Hanover in a second because I will be going there soon. France is full. Spain is still waiting. Italy is still waiting. What's up here? Let's see. Yeah, those are still in construction. Everything. Norway could be a bit more. It's not too much Ionity. Look at Britain gets a lot of stuff. Look at that. Ireland is done. Why? Poor Islandish people. Poor people. What do we have? 40% say yes so far. 114 people have voted. 200 people are here. No say 60%. It's very interesting. Have you ordered the Model Y yet? No. I'm not a Model Y fan because it's just not my thing. And I get people that like the Model Y. It has a lot of good features, but I like it comfortable. And for me, steering and suspension is just not to my taste. And that's just not my thing. So no, I will, if they don't change their suspension and the steering, the steering is just too direct for me and the suspension is too hard, it's horrible. So for me, again, like, I think Chris should buy an EV9. No, I won't be doing that. Hola, not here for long, working tonight. Hey Marty, how are you? Model Y has new suspension. I drove the one built in Germany. Shouldn't that be the new suspension? And was still hard. Do you already drive your Model Y? Do you already have it, Marty? He had an ID3 before, but he changed to the Model Y. He left the sinking ship. Is my frame rate okay? Looks a bit weird. Not yet. But soon. I have seen Darren for a long time. I hope he's okay. Model Y performance is more comfortable suspension apparently. Yeah, because this is the one built in Germany. For whatever reason, they gave it's really better than the one made in China. I drove both, but it's still very harsh. Isn't the boot too small with 313 liters up to 400? Are you talking about the #1? Do you think the ID3 will ever get faster charging? I'm pretty sure, but very slowly. So don't expect every half year to have a better charging rate. I think it will be every 1.5 years or maybe even 2 years. But I don't think it will be too big of a thing. Marty, you trader? No, he's not a trader. So your Smart One looks like a Mini outside and guts are like a Nero. Yeah, it's true. Smart One looks like a Mini. It looks like a blown up Mini. Maybe 200 kilowatt. I doubt it. The battery is not made for that. I saw 2 Model S and a Taycan today with 5 centimeters snow on them. Might be a bad idea to ask this, but how does the Musk factor affect your opinion of Tesla? It's a deal breaker for me personally. Everybody has to make their own decision. I don't care about Elon Musk at all. I'm not a fan what Tesla does as a company. But this is also not something where I say this is the main reason why I'm not getting a Tesla. I'm not a fan of the extreme minimalistic thing, so that you get less and less buttons, and the new Model S is then extreme, and that's just not my thing. I want a few buttons, and I want the for example, wipers. I want a stock for that. I don't want to. The auto wipers of Model Y that I drove are just horrible. So nah. Charging rate is down to the MEB platform, so they will need to be changed. I don't think that. I think it's the battery manufacturer. If they get different cells that, or they're updating the cells, if the manufacturer of the cells is having oh, let's put in more of this and doing like this, then it can be charged differently. It's not the platform. It doesn't mean that there cannot be different cells in there. I hope you will be keeping driving ID3. We'll learn the most then. Would you consider the new Nero EV? We can talk about that too. At least you'll get the preview, the facelifted ID3. For Musk is like Steve Jobs, was a complete but a genius in this. Was a complete But a genius in designing product. I don't get it. Buy an ID3 Pro S. Okay. Talk about what happened this week, and then we go through the main topic. So last weekend, Saturday, I drove the Smart #1 in Regensburg. I got it at, what was it, around 10, and I could drive it till 1:30 for 3.5 hours. But of course, I made a video. More votes at the poll than likes. That's true. Maybe when we come to Germany, we'll get 3.0. Have you experienced charging problems with Smart 1 many times? Twice it went down to 15%, 15 kilowatt. What's your opinion on the new BYD Seal? I have no idea. I didn't look at that car yet. I think in 2023 it is unacceptable that car software doesn't allow to install apps. If this is important to you, I get that, and for me it's not unacceptable. As long as the car can do what I want to do, then I'm fine. Do you know what is the WeConnect Plus in car app? Seems you have to pay it after 3 years. It's the connection that you see. Wasn't there an explanation that you have more functions, that you not just see where the car is and if it's locked and stuff like this? It goes more than that. I can't remember. It said it in the thing. Shouldn't there be a text under it that said how it works? But I'm sorry, don't know that for sure. Isn't the charging curve of the Megane E-Tech so bad? No, it's not. I tested the Megane E-Tech and it was okay. Maybe in the winter if it's a cold battery, but I tested it in the summer and it was no problem at all. It was a normal curve. It wasn't, oh my God, exciting, but it wasn't bad either. Did I do the whole charging curve? Did I only have it? I can't remember. I thought I filmed the whole charging thing. I'm old, I'm sorry. Okay, so I drove the Smart #1 last weekend on Saturday. Of course I had to film, so I had to film for an hour, do the intro and everything, and drone footage and blah blah blah, and then I could drive it a bit. You saw it in the video, and I had to drive it. I wanted to drive it yesterday as well. Just first of all, I wanted to do more videos about it because it's a new car. It's important, but also for me, I wanted to see if to make up my decision. And yesterday, I made up my decision. So ID3 did a little better than Megane E-Tech, as I remember. Really? Agree. Why is too harsh? Volkswagen pleasant to drive. Hi, Chris. Go for Steve. Steve Old. Again, this is a taste thing, and that's just how I am. Smart Brabus brakes are the same as normal Type 1. How can that be so when it has 428 horsepower? Because it doesn't have to do with power, it has to do with speed. And since they both have the same speed, and it's just a tiny bit of more weight, so it's fine. It's not like with a big engine car you have 500 kilos more than a small engine car. It's just a tiny motor in front. What does it have? 100 kilos, if even, and that's it. Oh, you're saying way too much? We have to go on. So let's sum the Smart #1 up a bit. The specs are okay. 66 kilowatt hour battery, 64 kilowatt hours can be used. All-wheel drive. If I buy a Smart #1, then only the Brabus edition, because I wanted an all-wheel drive car, and it's exciting that they're doing this, and I found it very interesting. So 428 horsepower, 3.9 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour if you have the perfect surface and warm battery and you're at 100% or something. Already noticed when the battery is cold you don't get full power, which is normal, and when the battery is not high, so I would say even at 50% you don't get full power. So I already noticed that with the Brabus edition. Brake feel is fine. Range is less than my ID3, even though it's a bigger battery, so I guess that the consumption will be a bit higher. And the charging, I did a charging curve today. It looked good. We had a peak of 100, yesterday I did the charging, a peak of 158 kilowatt. It started with 60 kilowatt and it slowly went up to 158 kilowatt and then it slowly went down. The problem that I had, and you will see it in the video tomorrow. First of all, I didn't film it. I put up the camera and I totally failed. I didn't press record. Woohoo. And then I saw that twice at 45% state of charge and 52, the charging curve broke down to 15 kilowatt. At 45%, I thought it's maybe the charger, and I unplugged and plugged back in, and it went up right again to 140 kilowatt and went down very fast to 115 kilowatt, and then slowly went down to 90 at 52%, and then it went down to 15 kilowatt again for 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then it went back up to 80 kilowatt. So I don't know if it's the charger or the car. I suspect more that the car, the software, whatever, the BMS didn't know what to do, and that's why the curve went down. But without those things, and if I would have filmed it, it looked pretty good. So like I said, 158 kilowatt peak and then going down. At 64%, still had 73 kilowatt. The battery was warm. It looked okay. Charging was okay, better than in ID3. But with the local high consumption, I think driving far could be the same as in an ID3, for example. High battery temp. Battery cooling was on. I heard the fan, but it wasn't. I don't know if it had. If then the cooling is not properly, and it should cool it better. That shouldn't happen as well. Even in the summer, we're not Nissan Leaf here anymore. They should know how to do it. So charging, like I said, is okay. When it comes to space, we have a little frunk. That's okay, but for me, that's nothing important. Inside room, so the back seat is totally fine. Front seat for me was fine. Cindy made a video yesterday with the car. She had her thoughts that the seat is again too long as in all cars now, but it's rounded, so it's not that bad. Seat heater is for nothing. When I turn on the seat heater and I have the thing off, there's an option where you can turn it, have an option where you can see that after 15 minutes seat heating should turn off. And I have that on off and it gets warm, but you barely feel it. The seat heating it's almost, ID3 doesn't have a great seat heater, but at least I feel that something is getting warm, and here it was just, okay, the seat is not cold anymore, but that's it. Heat overall in the cabin is total crap. Cindy and I, like I said, drove yesterday. She had to put it up to 27 degrees. I put it up to 25 degrees, and it was okay warm in the car, not hot, and there was cold air coming out of the vents. So I had to turn it up to get a warm temperature out of there. So that was weird. The software is pre-launch edition, but there are great functions in there, but also stuff that's missing. So it doesn't show when you're charging the kilowatt. But hello, ID3 doesn't do that as well till 3.1 software. You see the voltage and the amps and how many kilometers per hour of range you're charging. The screen looks okay. You have a nice thing where you can change the charge limit. You have Spotify already in the car. I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure it will be okay. There is steering wheel heating, but you have to pay for it monthly or per year if you want to use that. And I think it will have seat heating in the rear as well with the same thing. I wonder if the lack of heat is due with no heat pump in the cold. It has a heat pump. It had the heat pump. And it wasn't too cold. What was it yesterday? -1 or 0 degrees, something like that. So, yeah, but again, the heating... No, I've noticed this with a few Chinese cars. And I don't want to be mean or whatever, but I've seen it in the MG4 and... Was there another one? The MG4, we had to put the heat up to 25 degrees so we could feel heat coming out of the car. Okay, I'm out of here. Stay safe all. Bye, Marty. Prices went back up, €1,000 for all cars, at least in Belgium. Smart of them. MT4 seemed to have the same issue from what I remembered seeing a few reviews. Yeah, exactly. So like I said, space in the rear is fine. Space in the front for me was okay. Steering wheel was okay. Instrument cluster, head-up display. Head-up display in the Smart is amazing. It's amazingly bright and sharp, and it's a big size and it's not in the way. And that's because how you sit in the car. Hey, who are you? How dare you asking this question? Buy whatever you love. Of course, but it's fun. How are you, Jill? Haven't seen you in 10 years. Almost. Well, I haven't seen you ever. So it's true. It is 10 years at least. Where was I? So how you sit in the Smart #1 is nice. You sit pretty high and the windshield goes down very low. Hey, Lars Peter. So you can see pretty far down, and though the head-up display can be very low, it's not in your way, and it looks amazing. Cruise control works. Came to say screw all Chinese car haters. Servus Snape. Cruise control is okay right now. When you turn on cruise control, self-steering is on automatically, but they will be fixed with the software where it will come out. That's okay. Overall, cruise control was okay. But now let's get to the important thing, which is important to me. So everybody is different. I start with that. Everybody is different. Everybody likes something different. A lot of people love Tesla with software and oh my god, it's amazing, and we have dog mode and I don't know, there's new features and there's an over-the-app update every 2 weeks and it's working amazing. Woohoo! That's nice. I have to drink. That's nice. But for me, the most important thing is not software. Hello, I drive an ID3 where the over-the-air update is every year and it has problems and blah, blah, blah. For me, it's the drive. How does it drive? And for me, driving means comfortable. So not jumping, not extremely hard. You drive over a bump and then you feel every little thing. Steering, so when you steer, it's not you're on the other side because it's so direct, or it's not loose, or it feels not stable, or when you're steering, you don't feel in control, it's not precise. Then how power and regen is being adjusted with your accelerator pedal. For example, Tesla does amazing thing with this. Tesla has amazing regen, the same as the Kia Niro, Kia EV6, so all Hyundai and Kia, when you have the strongest regen on the I-pedal, so power and go off, and then the braking of the one-pedal driving, and doesn't have to do with one-pedal driving, just fizzy water. Yeah, fizzy water is the stuff. You're so wrong. It's the best there is. But how when you get off the accelerator pedal, how regen kicks in, this is very important to me. ID3 has very weak regen, but it comes in a normal way. The normal brakes of the ID3 I'm not a fan of. So when you have to press very hard because, oh my god, what's happening, I have to brake, it can brake, but the force you need is just the same thing. No one missing my hummus recipe? Oh yes, everybody is. There are no cars without software anymore. Or find an old timer to drive. No, there is software. I'm just saying if the software is amazing, does amazing thing, or is making problem. Do we know of certainty if ID4 3.2 will have preconditioning navigation to charge it? No, it does not. 3.2 does not have that. Do you think Volkswagen could add one-pedal driving with software to existing ID cars? If only on all-wheel drive cars, not with rear-wheel drive cars, because if you brake a lot with rear-wheel drive, or they use the real friction brakes for regen, for one-pedal driving. Fizzy water for the win, that's true. Jill is so right. So where were we? Yeah, the suspension, steering, how power adjustment is, what you have to do to drive, and I'm okay with that if it's not too much. There's most cars you have to do something. In the Kia, for example, I have to press start, I have to press confirm. In my ID3, I have to press OK, that I'm the profile. There's rarely a car where I don't have to do anything. In Tesla, you don't have to do anything. In the Smart Hashtag 1, you don't have to do anything. You get in, press the brake, put it in drive and go. That's nice. Are there prices for the NX6? Yeah, they are. I made a video about that. People wondering who's that Jill? No, nobody cares. Who's that guy you're talking about? I'm not that. I'm someone different. You or do I say it wrong? I should be Gilles. I'm so sorry. I say it wrong again, huh? I never learn. I haven't seen you in 10 years. That's it. How would you compare drive and suspension of Model Y Berlin and ENIAC Sportsline? Model Y Berlin is a harder ride when it comes to suspension than the ENIAC. I prefer ENIAC, but maybe only the two of us care. But maybe you like it. Maybe you should drive both and see what's more important to you. And the last thing that's important to me is the noise level. And I understand that a car at above 130 kilometers an hour can be loud with wind noise, tire noise and everything. And I'm okay with it. ID3 is still amazingly quiet at 130, even at 160. I find it extraordinary quiet. For example, the Kia Niro EV that is in my driveway right now at 130 is a bit louder, but I'm still okay with that. And Model 3 back in the day was a bit loud with wind noise. Model Y got better. I think Model Y it was really okay. I haven't driven one in a long time, but I think it's really okay, even at 130. So you can do long distance drive without noise that's in your way. I hate when I have to drive. Maybe ID3 has noise cancellation. I don't think so. I really don't think so. When you have to drive very far, I don't know, a few hundred kilometers, and you drive with 130, 140, and it's really loud in there. And I had that with my old ICE car. My old ICE car had a weird suspension, and at 130, 140, it was revving up to 5,000 RPM, so it was doing exactly like that. I made it very well. Made the sound very well. 240 people. We should done the like game now. Do you like the Niro? Well, there will be videos about the Niro. It has its pros and cons, and it has one extremely big con that I can't remember still exists in 2023. Maybe you should get the Aura Funky Cat. I've seen the picture today. Interesting. And the new Kona. New Kona will have more space. Looks very futuristic. We'll see, but it's still, and they have changed the platform in a way that the base model is the electric and the ICE cars then, but still everyone unlike and like again. That was one of the most annoying sounds I ever heard, Chris. Don't make that noise again. Michelino for the win. Yeah. So, as you can see, these are my most important things. I've heard Volvo EX30 will be built on same platform as Smart 1. That is correct. I even asked Volvo about it yet, and they say they haven't planned anything. It will be coming out this year because I want to be there, but we'll see. Yes, and now let's get to the Smart Hashtag 1. Chris is buying the Smart. I'm calling it. Okay, I'm saying it now. Will I be buying the Smart Hashtag 1 Brabus Edition? Up or down? No. No, I'm sorry, I can't buy that car. I drove it for 5 hours and it doesn't fit me at all. I'm sorry, it feels like a car that's not done. It's not ready. When you get from the gas pedal to cap regen, there's a delay till the regen goes in. The steering in the middle does nothing. then after a while it's steering. Everything seems to be not defined. Everything is lacking a bit. The software has great features, but then normal things are missing, and seat heating, like I said, doesn't do anything. The seat heater is for nothing. Heat doesn't work properly. You have to put it up to 25 degrees. What is that? How can you not have a normal temperature sensor and a normal spot and it doesn't work? What is this? And then the worst is, like I said, is the driving. Suspension is too jumpy. When you go over a bump, you do this. If you go a bit faster, it's even worse. But this wouldn't be my main factor. The main factor is the noise level. I cannot wait for Ioniq 3. The noise level, Cindy heard it yesterday too, and she thinks the exact same thing. For whatever reason, you drive up to 60 kilometers an hour, it's okay, and then at 65, 70 kilometers an hour, for whatever reason, you hear the motor extremely loud. And because of that, it's the motor. I know this is not, it could be a software thing that you can change maybe. And I don't have the motor sound on, that nobody is saying that. There's just, it sounds like an ICE car engine reffing. And it's there till 100 kilometers an hour. And at 100 kilometers an hour, the wind noise takes over. And it's, I know that there have been people saying, we measured it, it's the same level as other car. You can measure what you want. At 100 kilometers an hour, it is as loud as my ID3 at 130, 140. And at 130, the smart #1 is so loud that you can listen to music, but when you look to listen to an audiobook or something, you can't understand a word. You have to turn it up loud. And so I did it yesterday again. Last week I already was very disappointed, and I was, what is this? Why is this so loud? I'm still in shock at your news. And I didn't say that decision is made what I will be getting. I meant if I get the smart #1. This decision was made yesterday. I drove it yesterday again, and it was the exact same thing. I don't know, and I don't want to be mean. There was other things I didn't like about the smart #1 from the beginning. I made this in the first, I said it in the first video, that for example it isn't built in China. I would prefer if it was built in Europe. That's just how it is. It would be nice to support the people around you. Why not? If it's possible. The winter tires make a very loud noise. See, this is the difference. A lot of people say it's the opposite, because winter tires are softer and they should make less noise. And it wasn't noise from the tires, it was noise from the wind. So it's not, Tesla prices make the cars look much better. You must be heartbroken. Come to daddy. No, I'm not heartbroken. To be honest, because I wasn't sure in the beginning, and there were a few negative things where I don't know if I want that. And now that I have decided that I don't want it, I feel better. So it is the right decision. Smart #1 won't be my next car. What will be my next car, I don't know. So I still haven't decided. It won't be a Model Y. Unless they change the suspension and the steering, which I don't think they will, because they like it. I was enthusiastic. Yes, I was enthusiastic when it came to the software, and I was surprised about the space and everything. I thought it would be more like MGs, because the MG models, I drove 4 of them, and I wasn't impressed. They were cheaper cars, and they felt cheap with everything, and the smart #1 doesn't feel cheap. Even though Cindy said that when she was in the car, it felt like a step down. It felt in luxury and just how it feels in the car, where you feel, this is something special. It felt like a step down. Get a Coupe Reborn. Next car, ID3 facelift. I don't know. Maybe ID7, maybe Ioniq 6. I don't know. Ioniq 6 will be a bit too late. Would you consider ID7 when it comes? Yes, I would consider that, but only GTX. I would love an all-wheel drive car. But it doesn't have to be Volkswagen. Maybe it's something else. So the Kia Niro EV, the outside, feels 10 times better driving than the smart hashtag one. That's just how it is. And a lot of cars, Kona, even Model Y felt better. It just didn't fit me. And the other thing is the trunk. The trunk is tiny. When we put the rear seats to the front, I don't see the three dogs in the car and us going somewhere. Even bringing a big suitcase and something else. So wait a year for Macan EV. No, I don't think it will be a Porsche. That's a bit too expensive. Can you get an ID7 Estate for me? We could go on a trip together. I don't think it will be the Estate. If, then it will be the normal limousine. I don't need that much space. But I don't know what car to get, but I know it won't be the hashtag one. So it's not kind of small boot, it's really small boot. You will see it in the videos. It's just, yes, it has a second floor and the second floor is big, but it's not normal form. So you cannot put a lot in there. Yeah, if you like leather, we have lots of EQCs with unhappy drivers. Yeah, this was another thing that the the Brabus edition has a bit of leather in the seats. Yeah, it was also not fine. Don't get the Ioniq 6, it's so ugly. I see it as way more practical. Ioniq 6 is ugly, but it has it has an amazing charging curve, and I think it could be very efficient. I can't wait to drive that. So right now I would prefer the Ioniq 6 over the ID7. iX1 has all-wheel drive. Yeah, but it's half SUV, don't you think so? You just don't want to go on a trip with me. Yes, I do. Cindy said yesterday she wants to go to Amsterdam. Huh? But then we looked how far it is, and it's 8.5 hours without charging. And then she said, we don't go. Have you driven a new Model Y? The suspension has been improved a bit. I have driven the performance made in Germany. That's the last I have driven. When was that? I can't remember. I made a video about it. Mercedes G-Class coming soon electric. Will fit the dogs well. Nah, I was bringing my girl to bed and all of a sudden Chill is back. Drive over and ask Fisker for an Ocean. That's a huge SUV. Ioniq 6 ugly. All Volkswagen are cheap plastic cars. Yeah, but why is it cheap? Because it's plastic in there. Every car has plastic in there. I don't care about being plastic in front. I care about what I sit on, and that's not plastic. But everyone's different. I never had a problem with ID3 interior. They don't have to change that for me. At all. Go get an Opel Corsa electric. That's a tiny car, tiny battery, only 100 kilowatt motor. No. I have mine since a week. I love it. Or you wait for Astra Electric. No, it's the same thing. I don't want a 50 kilowatt hour battery, only 100 kilowatt charging, and only 100 kilowatt power. No. So close. Ioniq 6 looks great. Ioniq 6 will test in March. Join me. I hope so too. In March. You should test the Model Y long range. I did. I did twice. Performance and long range made in China. For the summer. See your feelings about smart are so-so. So your feelings about smart are so-so. What's so-so? Okay, soon we'll be watching Chris taking an electric bus everywhere. No. A cheap Avenger. You could go in forest around your house. Nah. I don't think so. So, it won't be #1 won't be my car. There will be 3 videos with the Smart this week, charging, Cindy's thoughts, and then #1 versus ID3. I definitely appreciate you taking a closer look at the one based on experience with other EVs. Has no all-wheel drive. Really? Not the China model. You should test the new Model Y long range made in Berlin. Well, if they will give me one or someone, but so far nobody has given me one. Ioniq 6 concept looks great. The normal version is out and seen. Ioniq 6 has potential to be the efficiency. No, it won't be the efficiency king. It will be the range king. That's the difference. It has a big battery and great efficiency, but the original Ioniq has a small battery, but still the best efficiency. That's the difference. Haha! Stand by for the brutal truth. Yeah, my Patreons and channel members, YouTube channel members already watched because I edited it yesterday. Edited it yesterday and today. Cindy's video and the charging video of the Smart. You should get back to ICE and make a video about EV sucks. Yes, it would be amazing. Then everybody would leave. By the way, when I made the video that my next car could be the Smart, a lot of people unsubscribed from this channel. It's like a bad website. Cindy represents Canada well. But she's not a fan of Canada. That's why she's here. Oh, and I have to change the key. The battery from the Kia because it doesn't work anymore. Today I got I don't recognize your key when I was with the key in the car, so I have to change the battery. Okay, waiting for your wheels to have the proper fuel in it. Yeah, it's true. It seems you need to get back the money from the voucher when the car is really that bad. Thanks for your honest opinion about the car. Again, this is my opinion. I'm on the Facebook group about the Smart, an English one and a German one, and nobody said anything that they are have problem with the noise level. So it's just it could just be me, but I noticed it right away, and I have driven the Kia Niro to Regensburg last week. So for 100 kilometers I drove with the Niro, and it's not quiet at 130, but it's okay. And then I drove the Smart, and instantly I felt, what is this? Why is this so loud? Bring back the Matrix. Does this mean that I will now get my car sooner? I don't know. Did you order, will you be ordering a Brabus edition on Wednesday? Or Wednesday, Smart can be ordered. I got the email. Yeah, I have to get my voucher money back then, huh? 500 euros. Woohoo! Yeah, now this Cindy today said the same thing. This is not our car. It feels like I said, a step down. Okay, good luck with your order. Have fun with the car. I'm sure, like I said, this is just my opinion. Doesn't have to be anyone else's opinion, and that's fine. Everybody has something that's important to them. If everybody would think the same as me, nobody would be driving Teslas. God, I'm falling apart. A shovel guy must be proud of you. He is. E-Matrix for the win. The small car is also expensive. I don't think so. For a 428 horsepower car, I think it's okay. But again, when you're inside, the materials are all fine. But when you press it, when you feel it, when you're driving, you always feel like, I don't know, it's not quite there yet. It feels like it's a car that's not finished. And the software is not finished, that's true, but also the driving is not finished. The suspension needs refinement, how the power distribution is, the noise level, they should put something in so the noise level is less. I don't know. Yeah. I have more positive thoughts about the Volvo that's based on their platform, because Volvo will say, we don't want a loud car, we will change that. But I'm scared that the suspension in the Volvo will be a bit jumpy, because Volvo is mostly very, very soft. Should we wait for a better Volkswagen? Well, I don't know. Again, better. It all depends what is important to you. And Walter just fits me. Yes, it has its problems. It's not very powerful. But the normal drive to work, home, preheating the car, the app, going on long trips, it works fine for me. Yes, going on a long trip takes a bit longer in the winter with no heat pump, and charging is not amazingly strong, and consumption is not amazingly low. Yeah. But do you know when the order book opens in UK? It's not on the 25th. I think it's very late for you in the UK. A month or two later, maybe even 3 months. Really, thanks for your efforts. Ooh, YouTube tells me I have to put an ad in. Make some money. Bling bling. I'm such an idiot. I should put my. Where is it? There we have it. Put my ISO. Stop lying. You never go on long trips. It's been a while. It's true. But I have done it. And oh yeah, it's true. I'm invited. I already posted it this week. I'm invited to the facelift ID3 photo shoot. So there will be a facelift ID3 standing there. I'm sure a few more, not just one. Hopefully a GTX version too, but I don't know. And then I can film it and take pictures and everything. I can't drive it though, and it will be in Hanover. And Matthias, the one that drove with me to Copenhagen in August for the ID bus, will come with me, and we will take. At this week, I have the Volvo C40 single motor. At that time, we will take that car and drive to Hanover, film the car, the ID3, then stay overnight and go back on the next. No, GTX ID3. There will be ID3 GTX. I just don't know when. Okay, next poll. Will Chris get the facelifted ID3? It's possible. Maybe it looks amazing. Maybe I fall in love with it and get the GTX version. It's very possible. I would love if they would do an all-wheel drive model, but they won't. They just say there's not enough space in the front. Did you already see the facelift? Nope. When can you show us the facelift? The event is on February 16th. I will be there on 17th. No. It starts on the 16th, I will be there on the 18th, and embargo lifts on March 1st. Then there's the world premiere of the facelift. But do you know if ID3 available in US now? No, it's not, and it won't be. The demand for an electric car that's smaller is not so high in North America. I think I might swap my ID4 for EV9. EV9 is huge. If you need more space, that's your car. That's a huge car. The ID3 isn't a world car like the Golf once was. Well, maybe it was a different time. I have no idea. I don't know. What time is it? We already did an hour. Look at me. Yeah. Did everybody change their opinion now? Should I buy the smart #1? No, 62% said no. Look at that. ID4 with the world car now. Facelift will be released 3 weeks before my ID3 estimated build date. Well, they just show the facelift model. It doesn't mean they will build it for if you order an ID3 right now, you will already get a facelift model. The facelift model will come in September. Thoughts on ID7? I did that already. It looks like a great car, lower consumption, maybe with a bigger battery, hopefully a great charging curve. I hope the facelifted ID3 will be able to tow a 1,000-kilo trailer. No, it won't change anything. So facelift ID3 has no changes, software, hardware, capabilities to an old ID3. It's exactly the same, it just will look differently. That's all it did. 1.2. Hi Chris, how happy are you with 3.0 compared to 2.4? I read about so many problem bugs, irritation with 3.0. Honestly, seems like 2.4 is the last stable software version where everything works. Well, I made a video about it that I had a few problems with 3.0, but I found a workaround. So my problems were with the climate, that my steering wheel heater was on and I couldn't turn it off, and twice the climate didn't work at all. But I had in the app had the setting that steering wheel heater and seat heater will turn on automatically when it's cold, and in the car as well. And since I turned both of those off, I don't have a problem with that anymore. So I have to do by hand when I get into the car, turn the steering wheel heater on. Oh my God, since then it doesn't do that anymore. The only thing I have that everybody has is that you have to press OK for the driver profile. That's annoying, but we did with the online mode for a long time. And that sometimes my drive mode individual doesn't have the eco setting for the cruise control anymore. But for this, I just have to put it in park, unbuckle and put it back in, and then it's there. But I had this before. Maybe there are really some errors that come with the car that at some point are gone. That happened to me a few times. They should bring ID6 to EU. It's a huge car. If you need that, get it. When is the IDC going to be available at dealerships? It's not even been revealed. The world premiere will be in April, maybe in October, November, something like this. With Tesla price drop, I almost pushed the button, but with all work in-house, I resisted. Whew, that was close. Getting to the dark side. We test Model Y long-range Berlin mate. Remember Cindy liking the seating. Cindy loved the Model Y. Cindy loved the Model Y. She wants a Tesla big time. I don't want it because of what Tesla is, because of no buttons at all, because of even wiping in the software, because of no instrument cluster, because of horrible steering that I don't like at all. Maybe the suspension is better, but if the steering is still the same, I would love to test a Model Y now long range from Berlin, but somebody has to give me one, and Tesla themselves don't give me anything because they don't do that. You will be surprised to hear, but I hope they get rid of piano black. I think Volkswagen did that too on the facelift model. I hope I get the credits for removing piano black, and Volkswagen will do it. At least I should have my name hidden somewhere. Let's complain about piano black. Yes, good old time. That was the thing. It doesn't bug me anymore. And in my white interior, there's less of piano black. I just came to the stream. I have a question to the Brabos. Is it really that loud over 130 kilometers an hour? It's already loud at 70 and at 100 and at 130. In my opinion. Go drive it yourself. Don't rely on my word. Tesla does not have a press department, so there are no Tesla test cars, I think. That's correct. I will never buy a car that doesn't have a rear wiper, including Tesla, Ioniq 5, MG4, etc. Well, it all depends on the form, if you really need it. But I get it. I always remember when I spotted piano black in first pics before production, I was so shocked. And then a lot of other cars did that as well. What was the worst? I think Audi and wasn't even Ioniq 5 horrible? I can't remember. MG4 really isn't a good car. Again, the same with a lot of Chinese cars. They feel not finished. They feel like it's a demo car. It's not done yet. I don't know why. Maybe that's why they're cheaper, because they don't test it. They just put it out. And Volkswagen does not do good testing when it comes to software, but at least the hardware. So the driving hardware seems to be okay. So suspension and stuff like that. I wish Volkswagen still offered the orange interior option that came to it on the early ID3. Yeah, that wasn't my thing, but I understand. I still struggle to this day knowing you have piano black in your car. I only have it in the middle console and on the screen. That's true. I had ID3, but the GPS was crap and showed many wrong location names, and also other thing was wrong. We go back to Renault Zoe ZE50. They use Google Maps, and other part of software is not bad. That's good. Go enjoy your ZE50. I couldn't enjoy the ZE50 because I couldn't use AC or heating when I was charging, and I said this is whoever made that decision should not be supported. And it was too small of a car for me. And it feels better than the old Zoes, but it still feels, I don't know, it's not up to specs. And the main thing I said to Cindy about the smart #1 was it doesn't feel sophisticated. I couldn't even say it. EV6, Ioniq 6 or Ioniq 5. Depends what you want. For me, it would be Ioniq 6. EV6 is a nice car though. Ioniq 5 would be the last because it has higher consumption, way too much space inside that you don't need. EV6, after that, it's still okay. Ioniq 6 could be an amazing car. Could be. We'll see. I can't wait for the range test in March or April, whenever it will come out. When I get the chance to do that. So, I think we've done long enough, didn't we? Did you stick with your decision to order the one? I'm sorry if you have already mentioned it. Haha, you're too late, you have to watch it again. I really like the 15-inch screen in the ID7. It should become new standard. And it will, but not this year. It will be either at the end of the year or next year. It will become standard in every ID car. 15-inch and the temperature thing on the bottom. So more like a phone. I really liked we did that. I read the thing in the same. I repeat what I read. I think that's it for today. He's getting it when hell freezes over. That's it for today. It would be good if Volkswagen was doing better software. That's correct. But I have to say, I'm used to it right now that there are some problems, especially with an update. But overall, other than that, it works okay to me. Okay, it's not amazing, but it works okay to me. And for example, with the Smart, I don't know if the software is amazing. I've driven the car for 5 hours. I don't know what it is in the cold, when it's outside, if there is some software problems. I don't know. Are you doing a test Fisker? We have ordered it. I asked Fisker for a press card. They didn't even reply, so I guess not. How much Model Y rear-wheel drive in Germany now after BAFA? I have no idea. You have to check on the website. If you have a 15-inch phone screen, you must have big pockets. I meant the design of the where stuff is. That's like a phone. So right on top you have your whatever indication for Wi-Fi and internet connection on time and all of this. So this coming fall, all of the IDs get the new screen. Again, it's either at the end of the year, this year, or next year. I don't know. But it will be coming to all ID cars. I don't know when exactly. The tech is not ready. Don't buy. Infrastructure or range issues will follow you at least 5 more years. What car are you talking about? How long will Volkswagen stick to the MEB platform? Any change to your knowledge? Yeah, there will be MEB Plus platform. They already said that to the press. It will be an updated MEB platform that should support charging up to 200 kilowatt and other battery sizes, I think. For 100 years, cars had no software. It is not so important as long as it drives. Do you have news of Björn? I haven't seen any Björn video in not even a thumbnail in half a year. I have no idea. I think the last thing I know from you guys that he had a kid or something. No. I've been told at the ID Bus media drive, I asked if Björn was here and he said no, he didn't want to come because of his kid. Thanks, Chris. I'm sorry Smart broke your heart. It didn't break my heart. I didn't have my heart set on it. I just thought it would be a nice new step forward, but it isn't. Do you think the ID3 facelift will become more aerodynamic? A bit, but I don't think it will change the range too much. So 1-2%, but not, oh my god, everything is different. I doubt that. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you all for being here. You should have sent him a congratulation card. You called hard German. I messaged him 2 or 3 times at Facebook. He never replied, and I understand why. He has other things to do. So, of course I did not. I wouldn't even know where to send it to. Thank you all for being here. Like I said, 3 smart videos are coming this week. I will edit all Kia videos this week. I made 6 videos with the Kia that will be coming after that. This week on Tuesday, Kia will be picked up. I will get then the Volvo XC40 model year 2023. If I have it for 2 weeks, after that the Volvo C40 single motor will come as well. Steve Holt! Okay, that's it for me. Next car, Lightyear 2. Now that's way too expensive, and efficiency is not the main thing for me. Have a nice night, take easy morning at work. Have a nice evening. Pump up the drama title for the smart videos. Cannot wait. Pump up the drama title. This car sucks. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye. Stream and no, I have to go to a thing first. Background and stream.